There are different kind of methods to remove outliers from your data. But in here, this block is about detecting and removing outliers using z-scores. Let's see the first statement. Proc standard, data equal my data, mean equal 0, std equal 1, out equal z-scores, semicolon. So, proc standard is used to standardize variable. Data equal my data is we used to input data set because in previous we created my data set. Mean equal 0, std equal 1. Std means standard deviation. This requests standardization so that the output variable has mean 0 and standard deviation 1. Out equal z-score saves the results in a new dataset called z-scores. var impact semicolon. In here, the variable to be standardized is impact. After this step, impact in the z-score dataset now represent the z-score of each original value. Then run the program. This part explains the logic. We will remove observation that lie more than 3 standard deviation away from the mean. This is a common statistical rule to detect extreme outliers. Data clean. Create a new dataset named clean. Set z-scores. Read the data from the z-score dataset. If ABS, open bracket, impact, close bracket, less than or equal to 3, semicolon, keep only those rows where the absolute z-score is less than or equal to 3. ABS brackets impact get the absolute value of the z-score. So if z-score less than -3 or z-score greater than +3, the row is dropped. At the end, clean data set contain only the non-outlier data. Let's see how to perform Augmented Dickey-Fuller Test to check stationarity. So, in here, proc ARIMA, normally we use to perform time series analysis. Data equal clean tells us to use your clean data set. Identify var equal impact stationarity equal ADF equals 0, comma 1, close bracket, and then semicolon mark. Identify statement to examine time series properties. Y equal impact means select the variable impact because for our data set, our variable name is impact. Stationarity equal open bracket, ADF equal open bracket 0, 1, close bracket, perform the ADF test. ADF equal 0, 1 means 0 test without a time trend, 1 means test including one leg of a different series. This helps detect whether the series is stationary or non-stationary. If you want to learn more about Augmented Dickey-Fuller Test, go and watch this video. I will attach the video link into description box. After performing Augmented Dickey-Fuller Test, you will get this kind of output results. There are several tables and graphs also. But here, the most important table is Augmented Dickey-Fuller Unit Root Test results table and these 4 graphs. Let's see how to interpret these results. In this table, 0 means assume the data has no mean. That means data centered around 0. Single mean assume the data fluctuates around the non-zero mean. Trend assumes the data may have a linear trend over time. So now the most commonly used ADF test statistic is tau test, p-value results. Let's see how we can interpret that results. If p-value less than 0.05, that means you can reject H0. That means data is stationary. If p-value greater than 0.05 means you fail to reject H0. Your data is non-stationary. When it's come to zero mean, we got 0.1372 and 0.1931 as p-values, so both are greater than 0.05. So we fail to reject H0. That means our data is non-stationary. When it's come to single mean, we got 0.5639 and 0.6582 as p-value, so both are greater than 0.05. So again, we fail to reject H0. That means our data is non-stationary. When it's come to trend, we got 0.0765 and 0.1334 as p-values, so both are again greater than 0.05. Across all specification, the p-values are greater than 0.05. Therefore, we fail to reject the null hypothesis of a unit root. This means our variable impact is non-stationary. So, we need to difference the data before fitting ARIMA. Let's see how we can difference our data. Look at these graphs also. Top left corner, we have time series plot. The plot shows the variable impact over time. We see a clear upward trend and fluctuation around it. The series is not stationary. Mean and variance appear to change over time. This aligns with what the ADF test indicated earlier. Top right corner, we have autocorrelation function. The ACF shows very slow decay. That means correlation remains strong and positive across many lags. This is a classic sign of non-stationary. If the series was stationary, the ACF should drop towards zero quickly. Bottom left corner, we have partial autocorrelation function. PACF shows a large spike at lag 1, then cut off quickly after that. This pattern is consistent with the AR1 process, autoregressive of order 1. However, since the series is non-stationary, this AR1 interpretation applies after differencing. Bottom right, we have inverse autocorrelation function graph. The IACF is another way to diagnose stationarity. Here we see significant value at lag 1 and some minor fluctuation afterward. This also indicates strong autocorrelation and support the conclusion that the original series is non-stationary.